Bluescope Steel is languishing in the slow lane of the Australian economy. The country's biggest steelmaker is trying to make a dollar in an industry with very little going for it. And it didn't make a dollar, reporting a half-year net loss of around $500 million. That's more than 800% larger than last year. Later in the show, we'll talk to boss Paul O'Malley. First, here's Philip Lasker.
There would be few domestic industries facing greater challenges than Australia's steelmakers.
When there is so much available capacity out there, then the competition and therefore the pricing is reduced to the point that where the sector's really running on razor-thin margins.
Bluescope reported a $530 million first half loss compared with a deficit of $55 million for the same period the previous year. Part of the loss came from a one-off restructuring cost of $260 million. But strip out the one-off items and Bluescope still made a loss of nearly $130 million. The painful restructuring saw nearly 1,000 jobs lost, half the Australian steel production cut, and cutbacks at plants in New South Wales and Victoria. It had the CEO declaring a victory of sorts.
All of the restructuring that we have undertaken over the last 6, 12, 18 months has laid the foundation now for Bluescope's return to profitability. We have significantly improved and will the financial performance of our business.
Net debt was almost halved to under $800 million, but it wasn't enough to appease the markets where the share price fell.
The Australian business continues to be challenged by a high Australian dollar, steel prices and high iron ore and coking coal costs. However, looking into the June half, we think that there is some visibility that some of these costs have declined.
What's working for Bluescope is the steel businesses operating in China, which sell into China and export to Africa. But global overcapacity suggests it'll be a long haul for Bluescope.
We probably just don't see that changing for at least 2 years at this point in time.
Suggesting the promised future profits won't come easily.